Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's November 30th, 2018. I'm out in the South Workshop right now. I had really struggled with the idea of sharing on video the inside of my workshop area. And the main reason is because it's really one of the most disorganized messes that one could possibly imagine. And it took years to get to this point, so I perfected creating quite a mess. I say that jokingly. However, I've been so busy working in various areas on the property, and this is my excuse, that I haven't really taken the time to try and get things organized and find a specific location for every single thing. I've got lots of great ideas about how things should be organized, but things just get piled up. I've made small bits of progress, and then what ends up happening is I end up having to work on repairing something. So the pile behind me right there is some scrap insulation. So that's polyisocyanurate. And over the last, I think it's 6 years now, that I've been gradually insulating as I've been doing some construction. So I've been insulating, redoing the insulation in the garage area, in the garage, which is attached to the house. I've insulated part of the lower part of this barn as well. I've insulated very well the work area and chicken coop, which the greenhouse is going to be attached to. And I've done a simple insulation of the sugar shack as well, and the floor connecting it to the root cellar. So, and the insulation that I've been using, this material that you see back here, it came in 4x8 sheets. It's material that I picked up, I think, 7 years ago when I saw an ad on Craigslist, and some workers who were doing construction, reclaiming insulation. They're doing, I think, work on a high school, and the contractors were pulling up all the old insulation and replacing it with new insulation. Kind of foolish, because this insulation was perfectly in excellent shape. There were some areas where there were leaks and all, but for the most part, 95, 99% of the insulation was good. And instead of that material going to a dumpster, those workers went ahead and started taking it home, and then they started putting ads on Craigslist. I detected it, and basically I filled up the upper part of the the office area, which will be an office area in what was the loft of the barn behind me up there. And there's still 2 small piles of 4x8 sheets up there now. But as I've been doing the insulation projects, the scrap materials, the end cuts, the side cuts, the broken pieces and all, I'd come in and they initially start off being pretty good, but as time would go on, the cats would jump on it, or things would happen, and the piles would sort of bend down. So I've been trying to do some cleaning up in the lower part of the workshop area behind me, in the northern workshop area, and so I've been taking some of the piles, similar to this pile here, separating it out and starting to put some of the insulation up. So I'm taking the scrap pieces and putting those up in between the 2x6 studs for the walls. Now ultimately I'll be insulating on the inside of that as well, and putting up another wall inside of that the wiring and data material will go through. But I thought I'd see if you folks, and just leave some comments below. I know you're used to seeing some of the work that I've been doing out in the gardens and doing the composting, the slow soil, the food forest, the ponds, the swales, all those sorts of things. But this is something I'll be working on, trying to spend some time so I can get some more of my workshop back. It's just been crazy around here. Actually, right now I've got my entire metal fabrication table, my welding table, completely covered with materials and some of those, not materials, but tools and some plumbing and electric supplies that are going to go into different areas. But one of my goals is getting some of these scrap materials up to reusing them again, putting them into the walls so I can have really good insulation and decrease the amount of waste that will go to a landfill potentially. So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing. I'm also trying to gather up the materials that either need to be recycled or sold as well. There's lots of things that I need to be getting rid of as well. I've acquired some things that I no longer am going to use. So if you're interested in seeing some of the projects as I'm going through this, I can hook up the GoPro camera similar to what I've done before. Just leave comments below, and you'll get an idea of some of the projects that I do over the winter months. And it really depends on how much snow we get and how much time I've got and how well I'm feeling as well. So please leave comments below. Let me know what you think, and I hope you folks have a super fantastic day. Bye-bye now.